여자 커피 한 잔에 여유를 아는 품격 있는 여자 밤이 오면 심장이 뜨거워지는 여자 그런 반전 있는 여자
Welcome back, everybody, to the Twin Chickens podcast. Today we got myself, we got Evan over here, and we have Ninchai.
Hi.
Yo! First of all, thank you for coming.
Of course. I'm excited.
It's been a minute. Can I just compliment your outfit? It's actually like...
Thank you.
Looks
I was
very
going
comfy.
for winter hippie.
Yeah.
What a good vibe. Also the sweater
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
looks comfy.
It looks comfy.
It's so soft. It's
Yes.
so soft.
First of all, I want to know everything about yourself. We heard a little kind of things here and there about like a little bit about your life, but yes, intrigue us.
Everything? You want to know everything?
Yeah.
Want to know my tragic backstory?
So it all started back.
Back in the 7th grade.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm an actress and a performer based in the Twin Cities.
Hey,
Yeah.
I've seen it on your Instagram actually a couple times.
Yeah, really? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm promoting well. I thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do film, television, commercials, live theater, some musicals, plays, and I also teach an Afro-Puerto Rican art form called bomba.
Was that new that you started doing?
Oh no! It's actually I've been doing it since I was 4. So
Ooh.
you might actually have my backstory right here.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, I've been
All right.
dancing bomba since I was 4.
What's bomba?
So bomba is like a singing, like an art dance, like singing kind of thing that originates from the slaves that were brought to Puerto Rico from Africa.
Really?
Yeah, so what they did was they didn't have anything, they couldn't bring any instruments, they couldn't bring their own cultures. So they all kind of amalgamated their cultures to make one sort of art form. They made songs, they made dances.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's what I do. I teach it and I perform it.
Wow,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
that's fucking
Thank
cool.
you.
So you've been doing that since you were 4?
Yes, sir.
What a young age.
I know. It's like those girls that are ballerinas, but mine's cooler. No.
Oh, throwing some shade.
Throwing some shade. Wow. Okay. So that's a lot to unpack. Let's start with why.
Why?
Why?
I'm Puerto Rican. So,
Ah,
yes,
okay.
sir, from my mom's side. And yes, I do speak Spanish. And my dad's Nigerian.
Mm-hmm.
And I always grew up with both of these, like, music, this kind of music with me.
Right.
And I've always felt drawn to performing. Like, my acting origin story is I was watching West Side Story. Because every Puerto Rican has to watch West Side Story. It's legal. It's illegal not to.
It's illegal not to.
You go
I
to
love
jail
it.
if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, of course.
And I was like, wow, this is so great. I want to do that. So I started practicing. It's not embarrassing. It's just funny. But
Yeah.
I started practicing because, so in my living room, there's a TV on one side
Right.
and a mirror on the other. So my mom would watch Law & Order on the TV.
Right.
And I'd practice, like, copying their faces in the mirror. And that's how I taught myself to act.
That is very
wild.
cool.
Thank you.
See, we didn't get a fascination to other stuff. Like, for you, piano was, like, not until much later in your life, right? Because you've been calling a demon of, like, you have to do this.
Right. It wasn't until like you have something that you desire to do that really fulfills your like passion and drive to pursue it. So I can definitely see that
Yeah.
you're like seeing yourself in the reflections.
So you've wanted to do this.
Oh, yeah.
No one asked you to, or no one
Nope.
pushed you or pressured you to
Not
do it.
even a little bit, actually.
Wow.
The bomba, there was a little bit of pushing towards, but it was never like, you have to dance, you have
Right.
to sing. It was always like, hey, this is our history, this is our culture.
Right.
And it's a beautiful thing that we can share across generations.
Now, how long did you
Passed
live
down.
there then? In
In Puerto Rico, I've never lived in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
I go every 2-3 years.
Okay, that's what's up.
Because you don't need a passport to go there.
Yeah.
And a lot of my family's in Puerto Rico. So anytime we can go to Puerto Rico, we go to Puerto Rico.
Right. So, in terms of the culture, do you feel like you belong there? Like, that's your home kind of stuff?
Definitely.
Right.
I love Minnesota. Minnesota's also my home.
Right.
But I feel so connected to Puerto Rico. And just the environment there, it's beautiful. It's amazing. I love it.
I have the same stuff. So I was talking to Gilbert actually about this, that like I have this weird connection of going to LA and I feel so at home there.
Yeah.
It's the strangest thing for you as well. Like, you know, even just visiting, it feels like visiting your like neighborhood house or your like where you were first born. It's this really euphoric thing that I can't get anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's really strange. But I was just, is that just me? But no, for you, it's
No, it's true. Yeah, I connect with you on that
yeah.
one.
What are for you, man?
No, I guess since I live so close to my parents and they have their they still live in their starter house, so it's I get to visit it every so often,
Nice.
or several times a week still.
Yeah.
So I guess I still have that connection to home.
Yeah.
But
Those are perfect things to hit. So for right now, do you live here by yourself? Do you live with family right
Oh,
now?
I live with my family. Yeah.
Right.
I'm a broke college student. I
Hey,
cannot
same.
afford to move out yet.
We
so-
are the same.
have you always lived in Minnesota?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've always lived in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
I just like leaving to visit other places.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That
Born
is
and raised.
fascinating. For me, I've always wanted to travel out of the country.
Yeah.
Obviously, LA would be one, but like Japan and Italy.
Ooh.
That's where I want to go.
Big places.
Yep.
I've always wanted to go to Japan and Greece.
Big
Same.
places.
That's the plan, man. It's-
Twins.
I love to I love to go exploring in these places. Honestly, like finding like Minnesota is my. I don't know why, but I like to be here when it's snowing. Just when it's snowing. I'm a winter guy.
There's a lot of people who would say otherwise, where they have
Yeah.
family and home that they'll be
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'll be here for the summer, but not for the winter.
But not for the winter.
Me and my grandma are that.
Yeah.
No. My grandma only comes to Minnesota
Uh-huh.
in the spring, the summer, and maybe the fall. Maybe because she knows
Maybe.
that it might snow in the fall.
Yeah.
She's like, I'd rather not go.
Yeah, honestly, when my grandma came actually from Los Angeles to here, she was like bundled up in this giant, ridiculously fur coat, like super
Yeah.
gangster and shit. And I'm over here like this, like I don't give a fuck. Like this is how I walk in the winter. I don't care. And she's like, how can you walk out like this?
Genuinely.
Like, how can you literally walk out like this? And even one time I was stepping out barefoot, like when in the snow, and she's like, what is wrong with you? Like, there's Satans in their body.
You're
kind of
crazy.
Shit. Yeah.
You're crazy.
I'm one of the few people besides Lily, the drummer, Lily the drummer.
Yes.
Besides her, that actually loves winter.
Wow.
The cold in general. I just love the cold.
No,
Yeah.
winter I can understand because it's so beautiful, and
That's
I
why!
love looking at winter in Minnesota. But the cold, swerve. No.
I sleep in the cold. I don't know. That's just me though.
Okay.
But for you,
understand that.
But for you though, do you like to be? I don't know. Like, do you like that heat? From where you're
I
from.
do. I like the heat in Puerto Rico. When it's, I don't know if I like the humidity of it or just being warm.
But also
Yeah.
like the air quality, like especially when you go to different places, there's like such different like air that you breathe. That's like, oh, there's a freshness of the mountains, or like Minnesota Valley kind of weather, or you go to, I don't know, so like the coast or whatever, or maybe I would assume maybe Puerto Rico, you have that saltwater air,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Yes, exactly. I agree. That's one of the things that I love about Puerto Rico. Just going to the beach and just breathing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh, fantastic. So then, I mean, let's unpacking the bombo thing. You said it was did I say that right? Bomba.
Yeah, like
So-
bomb, but not. Well, it's the bomb. But
Yeah, no, it's the bomb, and I know the bomba in Spanish terms like it's bomb, but
Yeah.
so it's a dance that uses what kind of body movements?
So it's like a whole genre. So it's kind of like folk music for Puerto Ricans. There's folk music in Puerto Rico, and bomba is like a traditional kind of music passed down. So it's music, it's drumming, it's dancing. So all together.
Oh, so it's like a
No genre.
Would you think it's like more gospel kind of stuff, choir
Ooh.
stuff, or a little bit more of the opposite? Like more, it's inclusive for sure.
Yeah, kind of. So the whole premise of bomba is communication between the drummer, the singer, and the dancer. So the dancer dances, the drummer follows the dancer. So there has to be
Oh.
at least two drums at all times for bomba.
Very cool.
I
Two
know.
drummers?
Two drummers.
Okay.
At least. You can have much more, but one keeps the basic rhythm, and then the other one follows whatever the dancer does.
Whoa.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That is
cool.
That is cool as fuck, actually. Okay.
It's a call and response kind of thing. So even the songs, there's a soloist and there's everybody else. So the soloist sings the solo part, and then everyone sings the chorus.
Right.
Then solo part, chorus. It's a call and response in every aspect of the word.
Gotcha.
So then, do you guys perform like in general, or is it just like getting people in the groove of like learning and stuff like
Ooh, both. Both. I did a lot more performances when I was younger, and I teach more now.
that? Okay.
And I'm learning you can never stop learning about bomba. There's different kinds in every area of Puerto Rico. There's Ponce, there's Mayagüez, there's San Juan, all that stuff. Loíza is one of the capitals of bomba in Puerto Rico.
Wow.
So yeah, you always have to learn something new.
This is freaking fascinating. Honestly, I'm so glad that you came.
I'm curious, what other avenues have you pursued with dancing? Not yet, maybe even acting, but as you started learning a little bit more about dancing and just like kept pursuing it, what were like the first steps that you took to be like, I'm gonna take on this role or like dance in this performance?
Ooh, I'm not sure actually. I never really focused on the how to expand dancing. You know, I've always more been focused on learning how to drum, because so the drummer and the dancer are communicating throughout everything in bomba, and I've always been more of a dancer and a singer.
Right.
And I didn't really get the chance to learn how to drum because it's a bit of a patriarchal kind of thing. So like mostly it's the men that drum.
Oh, okay.
And like play the primo.
And the women would dance.
Yeah, the women would dance or sing, and play like the maracas or like keep the beat on the main thing. But most primos are men. And I was always like, oh yes, that's how it is. I can't do it.
Yeah.
And then I saw this wonderful woman that teaches bomba, and she also plays the primo. Like she plays the drummer that follows the dancer, and she started this kind of like female circle of drummers that
is
does
cool.
the primo. It's so cool. It's
and
amazing.
that's here in Minnesota or
No, in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico?
Yes.
Okay.
It's in Puerto Rico.
So then, in these kind of advances, do you think like not political correctness, but like things are kind of changing in a way where like those things are now seen as not okay, but like permissible? Like, oh, of course, like yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah.
Anyone can really do
Of
this stuff.
course. Yeah, I like it a lot. There's a lot of conflict in a lot of communities about gender roles and like who should do what and how.
Right.
Tradition is important for sure, but you should also have the opportunity to be inclusive in every sense of the word.
Right.
Like some people don't want to dance just the female part. Some people don't want to dance just the male part, or like fall into the male or female categories.
Right.
So it's important to expand your space.
Right.
And like if a guy wants to dance with the skirt like style of bomba, then he should be able to. If a woman wants to dance the more masculine style of bomba, she should be able to.
And now that's more how do I say this? More accepted.
Yes.
In these kind of things.
So like
Yes.
recognizing the tradition of where it's been, but like
Yeah.
also just like it was there, but do whatever now.
Yeah. It's important to mix tradition with inclusivity. Because I'm not saying we should like insert hip hop moves into bomba. Like you
Right.
can definitely, it'll be fun to watch.
For sure.
But I'm not saying that you should replace it. It's just something that everybody can do now.
Right.
Very true.
Much
Yeah.
more inclusive than to anyone. I mean, I feel like bomba is kind of one of those things that just speaks through more the languages in other countries, that it could be taken in any place, and it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
very easy to pick up, right?
Yeah.
Just like get and go and just boom, right?
Everybody can join bomba because in every sense of the word, because
Right.
even if you don't know how to dance any of the dance moves, there's someone there that'll be willing to teach you something.
Now, where do you teach this, or where do you go to like to do this stuff?
I teach both private classes and with an organization called Boriken, and Boriken is the original name that the indigenous people called Puerto Rico before
very
it was
cool.
colonized. So that's Boriken, and that's the name of the group that I'm a part of right now.
Okay.
I was also a part of El Alcoiris, which became Boriken later on. And I do like private lessons, I do group lessons and stuff like that. So,
Paid, free?
yeah, both.
Okay.
Both. So when I'm with the organization Boriken, I actually just finished up doing classes for bomba it's open to the public for free.
Gotcha.
But when I do private like one-on-ones, or like if you want to book me for a group of people, it's paid.
Oh, okay. So you can just
cool.
come in here, like teach a wedding or some
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
and just
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like. I mean, it's so, like I said, it's so easy to pick up that like you can really bring it to anywhere, and everyone can just have fun and go.
Yes, it's I just love it so much because it's it goes to the roots of tribal culture.
Right.
Like it's what the Africans could bring.
Oh,
Africans like that were taken from their homes. They made instruments out of rum barrels and
Right.
like goat or cow skin.
whatever they can get their hands on.
Anything that they could find to
Yeah.
find like to make something safe for themselves.
Right.
To make something that they felt welcome, they felt happy with.
Right.
It's insane. It's crazy. I
This
love
is
it.
Rad. Now the acting stuff. I don't know if you have any other questions for that.
No, but I'm also just like fascinated by just the handmade craft of like when you take goat skin or whatever it is, you know, to be able to hand make your own instruments. Mm-hmm. I think that'd be really interesting to learn more about, especially drums, because they're relatively simple, but you have to craft it in such a way that it'll keep a resonation.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know much about the crafting of drums, but I feel so connected to it.
Right.
It like seeing a bomba drum and playing a bomba drum or like singing a song in bomba, or even just teaching the dance.
Right.
It's something that's so intrinsically in me and it's been taught. It's just cool. It's just amazing.
How would you say that like bomba drums are different, or how are they similar maybe to like a djembe? Or
they're similar because just the resourcefulness of where you get your materials. So like bomba drums are based off of the shape of a barrel, and a djembe of course isn't.
Right.
Like a djembe was made and formulated to carry out sound a certain way. A bomba drum was originally just made to make sound.
Right. Gotcha.
Like to make sound, and then they improved on it so they could make a more artistic kind of sound, like a more connective kind of sound. So make it louder,
right,
make it more precise in your movements, and like so hand motions and it like the specificity of the hand motions that you need to make certain sounds the same. Djembe and bomba drum, which is called a barril, right, which is barrel in Spanish.
Yeah, I was about to say all of these words. Like I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
it's kind of interesting hearing how like a different language uses them for different meanings or different interpretations.
Yeah.
So is there like a video that like you have that we could that we can reference in our description?
Oh,
or, like,
yeah, definitely.
Like
probably, I'm not sure, on YouTube there's probably one of me just going crazy.
We'll have to find that.
Dougie, what?
You know what I'm saying? So okay, do you mind? I'll put a link for it.
Oh yeah. I'll find it. I'll find it later.
Yeah,
I'll send it to you.
yeah. That's perfect. Apart from that, did you have anything else? Because I want to go straight into the theater stuff.
No, let's jump right into that. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. So for me, I really discovered myself when I was in college. I opened up and became more of a different being than what I was. And when I joined theater, that thing really changed my life forever. It definitely did.
Sorry about the sounds.
Yeah. No,
get excited.
That's what it is. So in theater, it was like it really helped me open up and not be like, talk about insecurities or like anxiety. Oh, gone immediately, because everyone else was on the same page. It's like we all stepped into a stage naked.
Yeah.
Because like you could see their flaws, you can see their imperfections, and it's just when a spotlight's on you, obviously it's on you for a second. And when we're doing improv, I realized that I stuttered like that a lot, and like my confidence and how I just project myself as a person, everything changed with theater. I don't know if that's the same with you.
It was definitely an eye-opener.
Yeah.
And so it's incredible to see the transformation, especially even just with a few months of just being around like the same kind of group of people that you just start off with, total strangers.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you build this fucking bond. Like,
yeah.
It's the best thing.
It's like a family.
It is. And everyone's so accepting. That's why I always recommend people, like, if you go to college, take a theater class.
I'd like to hear a little bit of your story. Like, if you had do you have a theater class, or like kind of one of those first acting experiences that...
Wait, where'd you go to college?
I'm going to Century College for interpreting and translation.
Hey, let's go! When did you start?
Like a year ago. So during the pandemic.
Oh, so you're brand new to the game.
Yeah. Oh, brand new to the game. Theater, not so much. But
no, of course. But still, so you're going to Century. That's our hometown college, actually. That's where we originated from. That's what we're geeking out. Yeah. I started a club there.
You did?
I started an anime club actually in 2014, I think, or 2013, and then won some awards. It's still there in the case, actually.
Period.
Yeah.
Flex. Okay.
It's in there.
I'm like flex.
That's not the way. What was I trying to say?
You were just trying to flex a little bit about the club.
Yeah, you know what? I might as well. So check this out. So yeah, I went there and I did that, and honestly, it's like it changed my whole fucking life. But do you think that going to college and really having like these, I don't know how open it is right now because of what's going on right now in the world, but do you think that like you're still able to like explore a lot of yourself, your self-identity there?
Yeah. I'm kind of going to college not for theater, so I haven't really connected myself through that. I'm going for interpreting translation, like I just said. But I don't know. I've never really felt connected to anything in school except for theater. Like school's kind of always been a burden for me.
Absolutely. That's
yeah.
I think most people can relate.
Yeah, basically everybody. But I don't know. I I need human connection, and school provided me with that, which I thank you, school.
That's what I'm saying. College like really like gets you down to earth with like, I just got fucking rammed in the butthole with like fucking math. Now I can just go and talk to my best friend, or go talk to this motherfucker, or go harass the lunch ladies.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Right,
It's the
'cause
best.
You're just a minute away from like going and talking to your friends or like just other people that aren't the horrible classes that you're taking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking fun. Oh, but have you ever thought about like not doing theater there, but like doing bringing bomba into like doing like a little event there?
Oh no, I've never thought of that.
You should highly
that's a good
consider
idea.
that.
Okay, let me pop your bane here in a second. So at Century, you're able to start a club
Okay.
if you have good credits. Like if
Okay.
your school grades are good, right?
Yeah.
So there's a person you can talk to. The
Okay.
student life, there's a person you can talk to in there that actually you can sign up for a forum and actually make a club and basically make a presentation for it, make an amendment, a statement, all that good shit. Very easy to do. Like actually writing the amendments and like all the bylaws, that's the hard stuff.
Yeah.
But honestly, I could just give you something, you just copy it. It doesn't matter. What does matter is this: actually getting to talk to someone there and establishing a club, getting members, and then you can just start another organization right there about bomba. Literally learning about more stuff
Yeah.
to like another thing.
That's cool, dude.
I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
I'll consider it. I have a full-time job as well as college as well as acting, so I might not have the time, but I will keep that in mind.
For later. I mean,
very cool.
Because you just started your career. I mean, right now in school, it's just started.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, for me, things changed dramatically. And same for you as well, actually.
But yeah, just keeping that on the back burner though, like of all the ideas, with like also making sure that you have time for the things you want to do and just prioritizing that, because life gets in the way of your own life.
Yeah.
And you make the time for what you want, and that's incredibly important. And I'm sure you already do a fascinating job
thank
of
you.
Yeah.
making sure you do all the things you want to do, like acting and performing, bomba, making sure you get food and maybe enough sleep, but that doesn't always happen, like we were
It's
always a
discussing
hard
So
earlier.
just talk about it. Yeah.
But I was saying, like, I'm obviously not here to lecture you, but it's more of like, it's good to, I don't know, explore a little bit, because like I said, things changed for us dramatically. I dropped out of college. He also dropped out of college.
Love that for you guys.
It's not for everyone. I mean, if it's for you, go for it. I always said that, but for me, it's definitely not. It didn't pan out. It was crossroads and stuff, which everyone I think comes to, and then when you come at those crossroads and you come out of, that's honestly the most defining thing about yourself, honestly, is when you're like, I can't pay for college, but I need to finish my credits, or I can't pay for college, I'm just gonna drop out.
Yeah.
But while we were talking about college, let's maybe retrace a few steps back to like the origins of your theater experiences.
Ooh, yeah. So I was talking about West Side Story,
Yep.
and I didn't really. So, acting classes are expensive.
Really.
Dance classes are expensive. Singing lessons are expensive.
Aside from
Like-
college, like going to like a off-site or going to like an official place, I guess.
Yeah. So like I did Stepping Stone Theater for once, like that was my first and I think only acting class. Was Stepping Stone Theater, which shout out, love it. It was great.
Right.
But I just felt like I didn't have to go, so I just taught myself more.
And that's the way to go. I mean,
Yeah, like study as you learn, and that's how I was always raised. Like I can't read music. I don't know any music terminology, but I know how to harmonize with people, and I know like my vocal range, and I know how to learn songs really quickly.
That's
or,
honestly
make
all you
little
need.
jingles.
Yeah, that's all you need. You really don't need much more.
Yeah, so I learned by seeing and doing.
Right.
By example, basically.
Right.
And that's kind of how I made myself go out. So I auditioned for every musical. I auditioned for every play, every one act. I was in speech
in the
team.
cities and everything.
Yeah, everything that
Wow.
I could. I didn't get into like professional theater until after high school. It's like right after the pandemic. I auditioned for something. This is the funniest stuff. I auditioned for something the second, like right before the pandemic.
Right.
And it was totally cast. And then we just finished the show this month.
Right.
Very cool. Tell us
A
about
year
that.
later.
Yeah, a year later.
Jesus
We had it
Christ.
cast. They picked the show 2018, auditioned for it 2019, 2020. And then they did it 2021.
God.
Yeah.
It seems like that's what's going on. That's why, like, right now, I'm trying to hop in and everything right now because, like, everything's restarting again.
Yes.
The
What's
feeling
the,
of, like,
what's the
going
name of
forward.
it?
Oh, it's called Top Girls by Carol Churchill, and
Okay.
it's about like women in the 1980s in London, and how like the patriarchy kind of influences people and being against versus for the patriarchy. Like there's some women that rise up through the patriarchy, like they're like, yeah, I'm still gonna be feminine, but I'm still gonna treat other women like crap, and like I'm not like other girls because I'm cooler than them, you know, that kind of that, like the self-hatred that comes with the patriarchy. And there's people that are outside of that box, like that don't fit in the I'm super feminine and I'm a get it girl and I'm not like other girls. It's more like it's a community, like we're all women, like we have to boost each other up as well as just ourselves. And is all female play right now, or is it just a mix like with everyone? It was a play we just finished this weekend. So you know how I was saying I got like 3 hours of sleep? Yeah. Because of that? So what I did was I'm also filming a student film with a U of M college student. Oh, very cool. Hey, yeah, thank you. But I just got into film and TV too. But I'm filming this film and in the morning, so from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. I filmed, and then from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. I did the show, and then from 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. I filmed. Fuck. Yeah. And it's just, I mean, like the way I see it is like it's just for this little crunch time that's going on right now, just to get things, basically all the pre-edit stuff, all the just the recording, the raw stuff, so that later on, I mean, you're just good to go. Yeah. You don't have to be there anymore unless you guys are going to do reshoots. But yeah, I mean, I made a commitment and I was like, I can do it. Like I'm gonna do it, even though it might murder me. Yeah. But I work at a school, like I said before, so I have the rest of the week off, so I'm gonna sleep every single day. Yeah. All day, every day. All day, every day. It's just this little thing. 5-day hibernation. I only have to do this for like a little bit, and then just got a Cheeto bag, like while you're in bed. Just stick an IV in you, and honestly, you'll be good. Just carry an IV through the hallways with those little rollers. Yeah. Honestly, but this is fucking cool. Okay. Thank you. So what's the TV show then? It's called so it's a movie for a student film, but I was in a TV show for the History Channel, and it's called I Was There. That was actually my first I think I paid acting gig on Instagram too. Yes, I did post about it. I had little behind the scenes clips and stuff. I saw some pictures. Yeah. So what's it about? It's about so I Was There is a series about different points in history, like important happenings. And my episode was the Salem witch trials. And I played Tituba, which was the first slave accused of being a witch. Whoa. And she survived by using their prejudice, like the racism against her. So she was like, I can't have done this. I only follow orders. I'm just a slave. Right. Like I can't have done this by myself. So she kind of cast the blame onto someone else, and she survived. How can we watch this? I feel really like this is my biggest problem. Is like there's so many cool shit out there. I mean, even like from what you're doing, I'd want to watch that. So how can we watch it? Oh, it's gonna be on the History Channel at some point. They just finished filming the whole series, I think, about a week, 2 weeks ago. So how did you get into that? So still got I got an agency. So more creative talent agency. Jesus fuck! First of all, congratulations. Thank you. That's I try. Not to flex, but no. But no. Flex your muscles. These are incredible accomplishments in a time where that's just not possible right now. Yeah, it's tough. So pat yourself on the back. I'd get you a pizza, but we ran out. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. I have food at home. Yeah. But seriously, fucking congratulations. Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate it. Anyway, yes, we were talking about the thing will come out on the History Channel. Yes. I'm not sure when. I will keep you guys updated. And is it through Disney's History Channel, National Geographic Channel? It's through, I'm not sure actually. They just told me, hey, it's for the History Channel. I was like, cool, I'll audition. They told me the day before auditions were due, like genuinely like 3 hours before auditions were due. And I was like, cool. No. Yeah. I can do it. Yeah. And I made my sister read the part of the accuser for me. So like it was like the preacher that was like, why do you converse with the devil? And my sister is also an actress. But she is in her terrible teens phase. Yeah. So she's 14 right now, and she's really mean to me. Right. But she was like, okay, we're doing this 3 times. You get 3 chances, and if you mess up all of them, it's over for you. Okay? I'm not filming this more than 3 times. Damn. I was like, thank you, Yahida. I will make sure to do that. Thank you so much. So after each time, she'd give me a critique. So one of her favorite critiques is, you're acting like a character on Disney Channel. Yeah. You know how it is. Like, Jared, I thought we were friends, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I had faith in you, and you go and marry Jessica behind my back.
Yeah.
And you tell my mom. You told my mom about the party.
I love it.
Oh, like that's the Disney Channel kind of thing. So that's her favorite critique for me, because I grew up in musical theater.
Yeah.
So I'm like used to like being big, so everyone in the back will see me.
Yeah. The emphasis is one thing, but okay.
Subtlety is a big thing in
Yeah.
film and television when it's not in theater.
Yeah. I mean, there's a huge.
Yeah.
Maybe not opposites, but at least on a polarity.
Yes.
For me, there's always been I agree with that, because there's always a huge difference between being in theater and being and like acting versus and like for a movie or acting as a play is completely two different skill sets.
Yeah.
You know, acting. I think acting in a play is like more of like you gotta go. You're on it. Whereas like in acting for a film, I mean, you gotta bring your A game, but there's a certain person that requires a certain skill set to do one specific role.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can do as many takes as you can, but if that person isn't good enough, then the whole thing is shit.
Yeah, for sure. It's something that I feel like I'm really lucky that I learned theater the way I learned theater. Like, I started off of copying TV shows.
Yeah.
So I found the subtlety in each facial expression before I went on stage and did like made it bigger.
Right, and emphasizing those like specific facial cues and emotions, I guess.
Yeah, that's I'm just I look back at little me and I'm like, what were you doing? What were you doing? But like, good job.
No, that's fine.
I appreciate it.
This is the way I try to coach people into like actually pursuing things in their life. Finding first something that you love, and then figure out someone who's doing that already, and then deconstruct that. Start working backwards from that, so that you can get there. I actually want to pick your brain of like, okay, say I also wanted to become an actor too.
Yeah.
But I was not fortunate enough. I mean, like, how do I say this? I just don't know any resources at the time. I didn't know how to go through things. And there's could be a lot of people, listening to this stuff as well, that would love to know any kind of feedback or any kind of help any advice that you can give out to someone who wants to pursue their dreams or even acting in any case.
Look at yourself. Look at yourself. When you do an awkward facial expression, try to imitate people as much as possible. You don't need a mirror in front of a TV. You can just look at your own face and be like, "Ooh, that looks fake." Like, you can tell when you're lying versus acting. Right. They're the same but different. Like when you're like, "Yeah, I totally forgot my line. I don't know what to do." You improv it. You do something. Make something up that you feel like might be. That's the whole thing. So learn how to memorize as well. Okay. Yeah, so drill memorization, drill your own face. Memorize how your face moves. Right. That's the biggest thing. Like, look at yourself and like, when I tilt my head like this way, how do I look? When I squint my eyes this way, how do I look?
So having a mirror beside you, just mimicking your body.
I suppose understanding your own body language too. Like, you could have great facial expressions,
and
but
if you're just standing like a child,
your arms are just like deadpan. Yes. Or if you're just all shelled up, or way too out there for something that needs to be a little bit more intimate.
Yeah. That was one of the things I struggle with making. I struggle with making it bigger, like, because I've always been, like I said, TV first. Right. So subtlety was my thing. Like, I was like the micro expressions and da-da-da-da-da, and I didn't know how to move my arms and my hands. So I had to learn different like types of body language. In the play I play a waitress. I play a 21-year-old woman, and I play a 12-year-old. So the 12-year-old, she'd like sound like this. Her face would be like this all the time. Right. Because they breathe through their mouth. like kids do not care about social etiquette. They're just like, of course. I threw up. Like, I don't know what to do. Yeah. Like stuff like that. And then versus a 21-year-old about to go to a job interview and she's about to lie her ass off. She's gonna be like sitting up straight, but also kind of like awkward, like placing her hand behind her head. The whole act. Like, no, yeah, for sure. Like, I've had 14 jobs. Yeah, I've worked for 4 years. Everything I do is successful. Like that kind of thing. So it's a different side of the spectrum. And versus a waitress learns how to control herself. Like, she's very calm and collected. Yeah. She doesn't have to say much. She learns how to hide her emotions until she turns around and she's like, these people are crazy. They're insane. What are they talking about? Yeah. How would you like your wine, ma'am?
Oh, this is fantastic. Sit like that. That's a great way for you to explore characters and just have your own twist in it. Now, what would you say for like I said, for people that just are stuck or just want to like follow a dream? Because how did you pursue your dream? What kept you going with all this stuff?
Oh, I just loved it. If you love it, do anything you can do in it.
See, I'm the opposite.
Really?
I do everything out of hate.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, flex.
Yeah.
I kind of love that.
But I'm curious about you as well, because like we have different mindsets. So I do everything out of hate.
Wow.
Because I'm angry all the time. I hate my life, shit like that, and I do everything I can to get myself out of here, to be somewhere better.
Same, but
This is what I'm curious about.
I feel you on that point,
Yeah.
like getting out of it and like getting somewhere better.
Yeah.
But I have depression and I struggle with apathy. And I struggle with like intense bouts of sadness. So I'm not really an angry person. I don't remember the last time I've been like angry
like
at something.
actually legit.
Like
okay.
raging at something. But
Except for those times we were playing video games and you're like, throw the controller.
Actually I didn't really get to play video games growing up, so not even through that. Yeah. So so I don't really get angry. It's more like I struggle with not feeling like searching for joy.
Right.
Searching for anything other than nothing is my thing, which you can tell because I'm very much fake until I make it.
No, I mean, like, I admire that about you, though.
Yeah.
Like, really, like, I like that. Like,
sorry.
No, like, I really like that. Like, you just put yourself out there, and it's not like you're. How do I say this? It's not like. What's the word we always use? Pretentious.
Pretentious. Okay.
I could see the glow from you.
Oh, thank
is what
you.
is what I'm trying to say. But for you, like I said, we're talking about like finding this passion out of you,
Yeah.
right?
I like making people happy.
Right.
I love it. It's like making myself happy is the goal.
Right.
Making other people happy is just a really good bonus.
And I think that's also a good thing to touch on, like when you can make yourself happy, and that's something I'm learning in myself too.
Right.
If you can make things that make you happy, that'll just blossom with enough, I guess, energy or focus on it. That'll ultimately still make other people happy if they resonate with it, you know? So if you're making yourself laugh, people are going to join in because like it makes you laugh, so it'll just like it'll resonate at a good frequency.
I agree with that. Yeah, definitely. I love it. And I struggled a lot when I was younger of trying to make everybody but myself happy.
Right.
Because I thought it wasn't possible for me to actually be happy. Like pretending to be happy is easy.
Right.
But actually being happy, like feeling that joy, was something that I really struggled with. So I was like, it's easier to make other people happy. So
What have you found that you've learned?
what have I found that I've learned?
Through finding your own happiness, I suppose.
Putting myself first.
Honestly.
I struggle with that hard.
Yep.
Because throughout middle school and high school, I was kind of just the baggage claim. So people would unload the baggage onto me, and like they'd be my friend. Like that's how I get my friendship. Like how to get my friends.
Yeah.
And then they'd never invite me to anything. They never asked to hang out with me. Like I had maybe 3 friends throughout high school, middle school that would like actually invite me to places and like take me to places. 3 friend groups of like 3 or 4 or 5.
See, I was the same though, but that's why I had just so much hate for people.
Wow.
And so that's why like I have this rule now, like this, I don't do things for people until there's a mutual connection, you know, until there's like a bond there, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
I do
I've
that
been
too, though.
burned before. I hate being burned. So I think what you said though, putting yourself first, changed my life when I started doing that. Instead of like trying to make, like you said, like you get so much joy about making other people happy. I tried making other people happy as well, but I got the opposite effect. I got the thing that, well, for me, that I've learned later on in life is that you can't force someone to be happy. You can't force yourself to be happy either. It's just about, like you said, taking care of yourself or making yourself be good. But that person is in charge of their life as well.
Yeah.
But they're not going to have the same experiences as you, and they're going to interpret things differently. So for me, trying to make someone happy, I never try to do that now. Now what I try to do is just have a good time for me. Yeah. Like what you. That's why I say I admire you, because when you're around, I just want to be around you. Because when you're like when you're like when we're like having concerts like down in the basement, you know, you're in it. I just want to be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I feel your energy, and I want to be in that energy.
That's great.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like it's not about like in my interpretation, it's just making yourself be like expressing so much, I don't know, charisma and energy in a moment that people just want to be around you, and you naturally make people happy instead of trying to be like, Like for example, like I was talking with Gilbert about this too, about like the differences between seasonal depression and depression, right? About like what actually will things that do make you happy and things that can make you happy in that time, and it's like you almost can't understand it.
Yeah.
So people think are walking on eggshells around you, and it's really hard to like say, hey, let's go do this. It's like, I don't want to.
Right, but then it's also interesting when even when you're in such a good space but not there mentally, like you could have so many good things happen for you and to you, and the people around you have like are giving you really good positive energy or whatever, and you could still be in a funk. Like it was earlier this weekend, I was just on Saturday, everything was going great, but I just couldn't get out of this like mental funk. Nothing was happening. Nothing in my life was bad per se. I just like couldn't get out of a rut of feeling a certain way. So it was just almost keeping myself in a rhythm of doing good things, like eating well and trying to just take care of your body so that when you sleep it off, it'll be better the next day, and it was exponentially better. But ultimately it's really interesting when you try to make a change for yourself. There's definitely an uncomfortable phase.
Ooh,
like when you're when I've been in like in a depression or something, it's uncomfortable to continue like doing good things for yourself and allowing yourself to like maybe smile a little bit more, even when it's just not, it doesn't seem right, like there's nothing to smile about, but you're just like
like, give me the serotonin, please. I need endorphins. I think I'm kind of rethinking my answer, because I feel like I was also motivated by hatred, but it was more hatred of myself. So I thought that I wasn't worth anything. So I was like, the only good thing about me is that I'm useful to others.
Right.
That was my motivation.
And so what did you do about it?
I still struggle with it. I don't know.
Now we're getting in deep.
Yeah, we are getting deep. I still have to fight it every day.
Right.
It's like I've made plans like on how to die. But I've always been like, well, it would make my mom sad. It would make my sister sad. Or like I can't. That's why I keep myself so busy. Yeah. Because like if this play needs me, there's no understudy for me.
Exactly.
Like I have to be alive so I can do this play.
Yeah.
And I have to find. It's so hard to find a self motivation to like keep me alive.
Right.
But doing something that I love as much as possible is something that helps me out, because just growing up, there's a lot of factors that led to my kind of self-worth. Like I've never been in a relationship. Like no one's ever been interested in me, right, in like that kind of sense of the word. Romantically, yes, romantically. And I kind of grew up with the kind of the romance, like dramedies or like rom-coms and stuff like that. So
you're fed with this idea of romanticism.
You have to be loved, or else you're not worth it. Like nobody's like you don't have any boyfriends. Your friends have boyfriends. Right. Your friends have girlfriends. Yeah. So what's wrong with you? Like what's your deal?
Your self-worth. Yeah.
So a lot of my self-worth was hinged on, well, like nobody loves me in that sense, and basically nobody wants to hang out with me. Right. So what is my worth other than to be the side character, to be the best friend, to be the happy-go-lucky, like person in the background. Right. So that's something that helped. That did not help me.
But what about your family though? Like, obviously, besides like friendship and romantic romantic stuff, does your family like love you, or like how do I say, is there for you and supports you and stuff?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, my family is wonderful. I love my family so much. But there's always a sense of doom that one day they'll be disappointed in me and they'll disown me, because it's happened before.
How so?
So it's kind of private, so I won't go into details. No, you don't have to. It's been shown that it's possible for my family members to just not talk to people, like just pretend that they're not there. And like it takes years. But then that's also
their problem too.
Yeah, I
when
know.
you're the star in your own movie.
Yeah. Who's coming to my Tonys? Just my mom. Yeah. Yeah. So what about it? My little sister, my dad, maybe. Yeah.
No, I can relate to that too, though, because like I told Evan, I'm very envious that he has like a loving parents, a loving family, and I told him like I just adopt me. Like I don't know what to take this for. Like I have the paperwork right here. Let's go.
My family will adopt you. They're really nice until some of them aren't. Yeah. It's a select few.
Mine are the same though. It's like my family's very estranged, I would say. My parents never learned how to love me as a kid, and they neglected me very much. Like as I was like when I was 12, I was on my own pretty much. Yeah, I was living with my mom, I was living with my dad, but like they stopped caring for me as a person. And my development as a human being stopped. Dang. So I was never told And I was the opposite. When I wanted to play soccer, I was telling my dad, I want to play soccer. And he's like, I can't find a team for you. I can't find a team for you to play. And he's like the head, like he's one of the best soccer players in Minnesota. It's like,
Wow.
what kind of bullshit is this? So I would be finding my own. That's why if you look around my studio, it's filled with things that I love. It's filled with things that I surround myself with, things to fill in the darkness that's inside me.
Oh, yeah.
Because I hate feeling that like I can't do anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I hate the fact that when people tell me that I can't do things, it makes me go fucking apeshit.
Yeah.
When I want to play soccer now, it's like I just want to play soccer, and it's like when people are like, "You can't join our team; it's too full," or "You can't join our team because you suck." It's like I just want to murder them.
Oh.
And then it's also like really interesting when like you're in those ruts, like when you're told you're not good enough, or you have such negativity that's like forced, like maybe not forced upon you, but it's what you allow yourself to take on, and it's really hard it's a struggle to keep that, like those other voices out. But when you can overcome them, or maybe do it in spite or hatred, but it's the feeling of reward after having accomplished something, and be like, no, I did do that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And getting over like any past traumas, like it's not a competition of how much pain you can endure, but it's the overcoming of all the experiences that you've had and making the most of it now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like carrying it with you.
And that's the
but
way I try to
not
look at
weigh
things
you
right
down.
now. And that's the hardest thing is for me to look at those things, because like eventually one day, hopefully things will work out
Yeah.
for all of us.
Yeah.
And that's what I hope for. And I think things like when you start living your passions and your things, it's like things start to, when you start doing the things that you love, that's always been my cure for like everything. Start doing the things that you love, and things will just become brighter, become more. It'll be like your life is more fulfilled in that way.
Yeah.
And that's how I shifted my life. And I'm just so interested that like when someone actually finds something that they want to do, they shift their life, and there you go. My timer did go off, and obviously you gotta head out. But any closing thoughts, guys?
Actually, I do, but I would like to hear what you have to say if you have any closing thoughts as well.
Any closing thoughts?
Yeah. Also promote your stuff too.
Oh yeah. My Instagram, you can see right there. It's Ninchai T. I have Facebook, Ninchai Nakchiklana. You'll probably just find it with Ninchai.
Right.
The Nakchiklana is long. You'll figure it out when you find me.
For sure. Any events coming up that you want to check out?
No, not recently, but I'll keep you updated on the History Channel, and check out the link in bio to see me dance La Bomba.
Yeah.
And book me for classes.
Yeah.
I love teaching.
There we go.
All age groups.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts?
Yeah, it's tough.
I know. I feel like I'm extending the pause. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I'm also curious of what you guys think. If I was thinking about this, there was a post I saw, I think on Instagram, that it was just like you have everything you ever need, and you have your body. Whether there's a lack of food or resources of survivability, but there's no need for external things. Like it's a wonderful thing to experience, like maybe sleep, food, whatever, or maybe even somebody telling you that they love you, but nothing is needed. So as long as you can focus that you have everything you need just by having your own body, you are everything.
Yeah.
So it's only a bonus to have everything else come to you.
That's cool.
Yes.
That's really great.
Fucking agree.
What do you guys think
I
about
love
that?
No, I totally fucking
I
agree.
like that a lot.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it's on video, so we can. In any case, I will throw. Gilbert, can you go to the TC Cam group? I think we're just gonna do the outro. I think the outro should.
Oh, I have a closing thought.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
I got it.
Hey.
Okay, closing thought. Don't let other people's standards for you determine your self-worth. That was my biggest thing. Whether it was beauty standards, Eurocentric, whether it was the patriarchy, whether it was everything in my life. Don't let other people's standards determine your self-worth, because that sucks.
Yeah. And first of all, before we even roll this last clip, can I just say thank you again?
Oh, of course.
coming.
Thank you for inviting
Pleasure having
me.
you.
How'd you feel? Was this great?
It was really great. I like talking to you guys.
Yeah, it did take a little bit of time to set up, and we would have had more time, but next time I will make sure to get things more eloquated for you. But if you'd like to come back, you're always invited to come back.
Hell yeah.
It'd be a really good time. Awesome. All right, cool. Let's go to the Tascam 4. Let's roll the outro, and let's see what happens. Oh, yeah, this guy. Ooh. Oh!
Yas, queen.
Fuck. All right, cool. All right, guys, we'll see you later.
Have a good
Bye.
one.
Bye.
It's the bottom one.